Today I'm sharing my 10 income streams that I make online. So this is going to be how I make money online, how I make money through my business. Now, if you did not see, last week I put out a video of I quit my job in a recession. Am I going to regret this? Yeah, it's been a crazy month and I ended up quitting my job, and I said that this company doesn't align with my values anymore. It's not bringing me to a place of where I want to be, and it's just kind of keeping me stagnant, and that is not somewhere that I want to be. So we are taking a huge leap of faith. We're going all in, working my butt off, but also taking some rest and relaxation, which is something that I haven't done for the past 6 years. So today I'm going to break down all of my income streams and give you a little detail on each one. Also want to talk about active income versus passive income. Now, some of these are active income, whereas I need to make videos to make money, but then there's also passive income streams as well. And some of the streams are both active and passive. For instance, YouTube videos, active income. I'm sitting down filming this video right now. That's very active income, but I do make a lot of money on back-end videos, on videos that I made months ago, years ago. There's videos that I made 6 years ago that I'm still making money on every single month. So it's cool how it's both active and passive. I also do income updates, income and expenses, because it's important to see both income and expenses in a business every single month on my second YouTube channel. I have a second one for entrepreneurs, tutorials for entrepreneurs. So every single month I go over my income streams on that channel and my Excel budget with my expenses, and I also write a blog post as well. So definitely check it all out. I also have a blog post on this video down below in the description going into more details on every single income stream. So if you're wanting to become an entrepreneur, if you're just curious of how it all works, how we make money on the internet, definitely stay tuned. It's gonna be a fun video, lighthearted video of just kind of sharing how I make money. So first income stream, and these are in no particular order, no order of most for the month, end of the month, just whatever I wanted to. So number one is Instagram Reels. So I actually make money every single month through the Reels that I make on Instagram. Instagram has a bonus program that they have, and not everyone is eligible for it right now. It's kind of still in beta. So it's not like when you hit 10K followers, you get it. It's not when you're on the platform a certain amount of time. It is just however they feel, I guess. I don't know. I haven't figured out how it is, but I've had a lot of you guys reach out to me saying, how do I get bonuses? How do I make money? Unfortunately, it's not for everyone just yet, but I make money every single month with the Instagram Reels. I have noticed that they cap it with how much you can make. So it started out that I was able to make $800 a month on Instagram Reels. Then it went up to $1,200 a month, and that's where I'm at now. But they give you a lot of money in the beginning, and then once you hit that $100 mark, it really slows down and you make like not even $1 a day. I think the most that I've ever made from Instagram Reels is $110. So I'm not making crazy amounts of money, but if I'm already gonna be making the Reels anyways, then might as well make a few bucks here and there. So $100 a month on average on Instagram Reels. Number two income stream of how I make money online is coaching. I do a little bit of coaching, not too much, but here and there you guys will reach out to me. I have a couple different options for coaching. I have budget coaching packages where I will create a custom budget for you, go over that with you. I also have upgraded tiers where I will do support for you, and it's a really fun program that I have. I also have just basic calls of hopping on a call, picking my brain and saying, hey Kelly, let's hop on a call and talk about whatever you want to talk about, whether it be business or budgeting, whatever it is. And those they pay per minute. And then I also have entrepreneurship coaching as well, where we can kind of come up with a custom game plan for your business and for how to make money online. So coaching is another great option. Number three is courses. Courses are another option that I am really digging into more. I love courses, and it took me 2 years to make my first course. I was something that I procrastinated a lot, and then finally I was like, you know what? Pandemic is here. Let's go all in. And so I created my first course, How to Save Money on Groceries. Then I created a second course called Dreamer to Profitable. And Dreamer to Profitable is a course that I created because I really want to help people create passive income, do the same thing that I've done and make money online. I really have a passion for helping you guys and helping people do that. So I've taken the past 6 years of everything that I've learned from my entrepreneurship journey and put it into a course. I truly wish this course was around when I first started, because when I first started YouTube, I had no clue in the world what I was doing. I just saw people make videos on YouTube. I was like, if they can do it, I can do it. So I did. But I didn't know about SEO. I didn't know about camera gear. I didn't know about audio. I didn't know about taxes. I didn't know about creating systems. I didn't know about revenue streams. I didn't know how you made money. I didn't know about ads or anything like that. So I've created all of that into a course to help you create a business, scale it up, and make money from it. So I'll have a link for that down below in the description box. But I love Driven to Profit. I love my course. It is something that now that I am full-time entrepreneur, I'm really going to be putting in a lot more time into it. I'm actually going to be doing a revamp of the course and creating all new or more content for it, not all new content, but more content for it, and really digging into that. Also have a membership that's attached to it where you can pay a monthly membership of only 20 bucks a month, not even, and you get weekly videos. And we're going to start doing co-working sessions and Zoom calls and masterminds, and there's a private Facebook group, and I'm just so excited for all the potential and all the things that we're going to do with the Dreamer to Profitable, but it's amazing. So courses is another way that I'm able to make some great passive income, but also I am updating it and I am doing marketing for it and different things like that. So that is a lot of active income. Now courses, I was under the impression that you create a course and you put in all the hard work of creating the course and then it just sells. That is not the case at all. And I've talked to a lot of my fellow course creator friends and they're like, yeah, not the case at all. I actually did a video on top 3 mistakes I made when making a course, so definitely check that out. I'll have it linked below in the description box. But courses are something that are a lot harder than I thought. A lot more time, energy goes into it. Not only just creating the course, but the marketing of the course and the sales copy and the sales page and all that stuff. It's a lot, but it's so worth it. And the reach that you're able to help people and help people at scale is so amazing. I can charge for my one-to-one coaching services, but I'm only able to help that person at that time. Then I have to help another person, and my time just is so thin that my hourly rate has to go up. Whereas with courses, I can keep it super, super, super affordable and help more people at scale, and therefore be able to help more of you guys, which is amazing. My next income stream is speaking. So I have done a few different speaking engagements over the years, and it is something that it's way outside my comfort zone, but it's a lot of fun. And so I've spoken to different mastermind groups, different memberships. I've spoken for the Chamber of Commerce. I've spoken for some companies where they had me come in and just teach some financial literacy and basic budgeting and basic saying, hey, let's get on board with debt and different things like that, and some summits as well. And so speaking is something that I'm trying to get more of. I'm trying to go a little outside my comfort zone, but super exciting. And so speaking is another income stream that I have. Number 5 is digital products. Now, digital products are ones that I have that I create digitally, and then I sell them, and I don't have inventory. I don't have to mail things out or anything like that. It just happens automatically, which is awesome. So it's amazing passive income is digital products. For myself, I currently have some Excel spreadsheets, and I have some budgeting printables, some debt savings charts, some savings trackers, or different things of payoff trackers, and all sorts of fun printables. But those are awesome. I have them listed in 2 different places. I have them on my personal website, and then I also have them on Etsy. So Etsy brings in its own traffic. Etsy has its own SEO, its own search engine, all of that. But then I also have it on my own website. So I get my own website traffic, and I'm building up that. And Etsy can go away at any time, whereas Etsy can be like, all right, too bad, so sad. We don't want to have this platform anymore. And then I'd be in trouble. So I also have it on my website so that I own my website. My website's not going anywhere, so I can have control of that there, which I love. So 2 different platforms, but the same exact products on both of them. Number 6 is sponsorships. Sponsorships are really fun, but difficult income stream. I am so particular with sponsorships. I get messages probably, I would say 3 to 5 a day on sponsorship opportunities. Most of them are NFTs right now, and I'm just not about doing NFT sponsorships at this time, or probably ever. But I get a lot of sponsorships, and so it's really difficult, to be honest with you. It's really difficult to go through them, to weed out the ones that are garbage, and also to see, are these legit? Because you do get the spammers. You do get people that are trying to fake you out and to take advantage of you as a creator. So I have to go through and really vet them. And I have to then, if I do see one that I like, I have to come up with a concept and pitch it to them, and then give them drafts and go through compliance and create the video, create the content, then go through compliance again, and then all these different things and legal aspects and contracts and all of that. So it is a lot. But, and also there's the side of me pitching brands as well, saying, hey, I use you guys all the time. Like, for instance, Aldi. I've done countless Aldi videos. I've steered so many of you guys to Aldi. You guys love Aldi, and I have pitched them several times saying, hey, let's do something together. Let's do a sponsorship. And I just get ghosted. So thank you, Aldi. Same with Fetch Rewards. Fetch Rewards, Aldi. I've tried to reach out to both of them, but apparently they just don't want to get back to me. So sponsorships are a lot of fun in that. And my kind of mindset is a couple things. Is number one, I have to really, really, really love the product. I have to use it already. I have to vet it. I have to make sure that it is something that I believe in, something that's not scamming you guys, something that I truly love and believe and use myself. Also, it has to align with my content. It has to align with my brand. I'm not going to do sponsorships on something that is totally off base and has nothing to do with entrepreneurship or budgeting or saving money, investing, or different things like that. That's not going to align with me. So I have to make sure that it aligns with my brand to make sense. And then also there's the aspect of, I'm already making the video, I might as well add a sponsorship, right? So I'm already making this content for you guys. Hey, if they want to pay me a couple $1,000s to do an ad place in the video, okay. Yes, it's a lot of extra work, but if I'm already doing it, okay, I'm totally fine with that. And I think that that's a great way to bring in some additional revenue streams of your business's sponsorships. Number 7 is affiliate marketing. Now, affiliate marketing is very similar to sponsorships in the fact of I need to vet them, I need to believe in them, I need to know that they are legit and they are a good company, they have good values. But with affiliate marketing, it's not a one video deal or a couple video deals. It is typically something where I have a product and then I have a code or a link or a freebie for you guys, and you guys benefit and I benefit as well. So for Amazon, I have links in my description. I have an Amazon storefront, and you buy through my Amazon storefront. It's no additional cost to you, but I get a couple pennies per the dollar on it, or not even a couple pennies, sometimes only 1% on it. But it's a great way because you're going to be spending the money on the product anyways. They give me a little bit of money because I'm sending the traffic to you. Or ones like Fetch Rewards. Fetch Rewards, you get 2,000 points for signing up. So you get $2 for signing up, I get $2 for signing up. So it's a win-win for both of us. Or sometimes you can get a free meal or free whatever if you sign up using my link. So affiliate marketing is a great way that most of the time it's a win-win for both you guys and then also for me as well. And that is honestly probably my biggest income stream every single month is affiliate marketing. Next income stream is blog revenue. I recently joined a new ad platform called Zoic, and I'll have them linked down below if you are a blogger and want to look into them. But Zoic is a ad network, so they place ads on my blog. So before I did have AdSense, which is the same ads that you see on YouTube, but honestly, Zoic pays a lot better than AdSense. So the ads are sometimes ugly, but I'm spending hours and hours and hours writing these blog posts every single week, and I hate writing. So if I'm spending this time writing these blog posts for you guys, I need to get a little money back. So I'm not making crazy amounts of money on my blog yet, but it is something that I'm working towards. I am working towards getting my page views up. So right now I average 3,000 to 4,000 page views a month. And when I can get, I think it's 50,000 page views a month. So I have a ways to go, but once we get there, get the authority going even more, then I can switch over to Mediavine, which I can make even more money, which then it's very comparable rates to YouTube, which is amazing. And then I can really make some good money every single month for my blog, which is a huge goal of mine. So read the blog. There's always blog articles in the description box, but just scroll through the blog every once in a while. Next is YouTube ads. So YouTube ads is with AdSense. So AdSense and Google are all under the same company, and they pay me for the ad views. So when you watch a YouTube video and you see the views on that YouTube video, that is how we get paid as creators through YouTube. So we get paid per ad that's shown. So if there's mid-roll ads or ads before the video or after the video, if you hit skip ad, we get paid less. So I understand you skipping the ads. It all happens. But we get paid a little bit less if they skip the ad, or if they click the ad, we get paid more. And ad rates also depend on a couple things. So number one, it depends on your niche. So what are you talking about? What is your niche? If you are someone like a kids channel, so like Ryan's Toy, whatever, their ad rates are a lot lower than, say, an investing channel. Because when you think about the consumer, when you think about the audience that's watching it, if you're a kids review toy channel, kids are going to be watching it. Kids don't have money to go out and spend all this money of the stuff that they're seeing on ads. If you're an investing channel, a lot of times if you're investing, you have some income that you have to spare every single month. So therefore, you're more likely to click on the ad or go and buy that product. So ad companies know this. They'll spend more money for those higher income or those viewers that are more likely to click. So that is a huge thing. Another thing is time of year. Ad companies will spend more money in December, November, December, Christmas time than they do in the summer. Summer ad rates in January ad rates drop because they just spent all their money in Q4. So Q1 ad rates are really low. The summer, they're typically pretty low because people are on vacation or doing summer vacation, different things like that. So ad rates for the year depend as well, which is really interesting. But YouTube AdSense is a great way that we're able to make money online. Next income stream that I have is Patreon. Now, Patreon is something that I'm actually going to be putting more time into now as well, along with my courses. And that is somewhere that I have all of my budget printables, all of my Excel templates. So if you want access to those, you have a full library of those. But then I do also put my personal budget income report cards up there as well. And I used to have them on YouTube. You guys have reached out to me multiple times saying, we miss your budget report cards of your personal budget. They were so motivating. And I get that. Trust me, I do. I used to watch those videos as well when I was paying off debt. But there was some stuff that went down. I can't get into the details, but there was some scary stuff that went down with exposing our income, exposing our expenses, and all of that. So we did have to cut that back and basically stop altogether showing our personal budget report cards on the public platform of YouTube. So it really sucked. It was really hard, really tough for my husband and I, but it is what it is. So we've pivoted, and now that is all on Patreon. So right now I'm doing 2 of them a month. So I'm doing a mid-month budget update and then an end-of-the-month budget update as well, saying, hey, this is what we spent this month. This is where all of our money's going. So you can kind of see what we're putting towards savings, investing, all of that. And then where we're spending, where we're saving money, where we're splurging a little bit. All the raw numbers are all out there. All the transactions are all out there. So that is Patreon, and that is something that people will pay a monthly membership fee. I think it's like $6 a month to get that access with the report cards, all of that, the budget updates. So Patreon is another one, and that is great because it's residual income as well. So that are my 10 income streams. Let's keep the conversation going. If you want to know all the details on me quitting my job, all the stuff that went down, check out this video here. And if you want to know passive income ways that you can make some passive income, today we talked about active and passive. This is going to be just passive income. Check out that video here.